There are a number of things in here that will provide me and City Council as a whole with a lot of direction on decisions that we are making going forward. You know, Jamie's favorite graph talks about strengths and weaknesses. And when your weaknesses are started at 65% of people are happy, it means the city is in pretty good shape. And so I'm happy about that.
What I will say is that we do see a divide among different generations of Calgarians. And the reality is that some people have lived here for a significant amount of time and have seen the city change and develop and grow. Some people miss that small town feel that we used to have. And while those differences exist by those generations, I'd echo what the mayor has said, that the majority of people continue to be satisfied with the programs and services that are provided by their city, for the value of taxes that they receive. And, you know, the quality of life number, I think, stands on its own when you have such a high percentage of people rating quality of life in our city as being good.
We know, for example, that young people are delaying home ownership. We know that young people are driving much less. And yet, it's difficult for us to really think through those things in terms of the decisions that we make. You know, a lot of folks who don't live in the center city or who have grown up in a different kind of auto-centric environment just wouldn't even understand why we're making these changes. But we have to get ahead of these demographic shifts, and that's an important part of what council thinks about. Certainly, the reason that Jamie was asked to do that work, and I shouldn't speak for you, but some of his professional expertise on this was that we went through a pretty nasty election campaign with a lot of talk about how awful the city is. And so it was important for us to validate whether people's attitudes had changed, because as you heard me say during the campaign, what we're hearing in campaign rhetoric does not match at all what we're hearing from citizens. And so it was important to look at that, and we'll have to see if that particular thing holds. Regardless, as I was having a conversation with Councillor Farkas in council today, council remains very, very aware of the need to be as efficient as possible and keep taxes as low as possible. We always have been and will continue to be.
So generally, Ipsos has a normative database, about 70,000 cases from municipalities right across the country. What I'll say more broadly, just without getting into the specific individual measurements, is that the City of Calgary's numbers continue to be as strong, if not in some areas, outperforming other Canadian municipalities where we do this work. So overall, particularly on quality of life, the City of Calgary is as strong. Satisfaction with services, the same thing, and value for taxes on par with other places that we do this.